Now, for those people who have a Virgo sign ascendant in your Navamsa chart, in your D9 chart, which means the ascendant of the first house of your D9 chart in your Navamsa chart is Virgo rising sign. So for those people, the transit of Saturn into the Pisces sign has a very strong bearing. For one reason, Saturn will be not only going into the sign of Pisces and aspecting the Lagna directly, but Saturn, because it is in the 7th house where it usually gets very high directional strength, so it will also impact you more stronger than many other ascendant signs in the Navamsa. Now, also remember, Saturn's dignity in the D9 chart, in your natal position. So, in your natal chart, in your birth chart, where is Saturn placed in your Navamsa will have a strong bearing of what results Saturn is bringing to you in transit into the Pisces sign. So, if Saturn is in Pisces sign itself, it's a return placement for Saturn in the D9 chart, in the Navamsa chart. If Saturn is in the Aries sign, in pseudo debilitation, that will have a strong bearing for Saturn getting into Pisces sign. If Saturn is, say, for example, in the Scorpio sign, in the 3rd house, in your Navamsa chart, now going into the Pisces sign in the 7th house, that will have a strong bearing. So keep in mind the dignity of Saturn in the D9 chart will have a very, very strong bearing of Saturn's transit into the Pisces sign. Secondly, Saturn will not only aspect the Lagna, and it will bring about a stability through your connection in your stature. So if you know somebody very well, that person is very helpful, your relationship with them is very good, your ability to connect with them is very good, because remember, the 7th house in the Navamsa is stronger impact of relationships and connections. So through your ability or stable relationships and connections, you may get an opportunity to enhance your stature, standing in society. So an opportunity of growth and promotion is also strongly coming for Virgo rising sign people in the Navamsa chart. So keep that in mind. Very, very strong results for you, especially because Jupiter is in the 10th house, so expanding connections and work connections and professional connections. And because the D9 chart is a chart of probabilities, so the event happening or the probability of the event happening is very high. And then Saturn's aspect on the 4th house, where Jupiter and Ketu also aspect. So Jupiter's aspect and Ketu's aspect also on the 4th house may also bring about an ability to a change in your domestic connection, domestic life, change in home, new investments in home, but it will all be connected to people. So if you're making an investment, there will be some people involved who you depend on, who you take the advice from, or together you buy, or together you invest in a home and make assets as well. Jupiter will expand the ability to make gains from it, and Ketu is separating you from an earlier asset or investment to make the new one. So that is strongly coming by for Virgo rising sign people in the Navamsa. And do also be able to see the connection between Saturn in the D1 chart and the D9 chart, because just looking at Saturn's placement in the D9 chart is not only enough. Saturn's placement in the D1 chart will also have a strong bearing, and I've already done videos on how to connect between a planet's placement in a D1 and D9 chart. So do use that learning to be able to see how Saturn's placement in your D1 chart is getting you results in the Saturn's transit in the Pisces sign in your D9 chart.